Hi, welcome to Sunday School. I am so excited to have you back here again this week. This week, we're going to be talking about the special gifts that God gives us. But first, let's take a look at our altar. For those of you who don't remember, an altar is a special place where we can go to pray to God. You can have an altar in your home, just like the one I have. Here is a list of different things you can put on your altar. On my altar, I have a picture of Mary and Jesus, a picture of me with some of my friends, and my niece. I also have a candle. Go ahead and pause this video and find all sorts of things in your house that you can put together on your own altar, so that you have a special place in your home where you can talk to God. Come, let's take a look at this altar together. On my altar, I have a picture of my friends, my niece, and a picture of Mary with the baby Jesus. I also have my candle. If you have a candle at home, you can go ahead and put one on your altar and have an adult help you light it. Let's light our candles together. Today, we are reading from Matthew 25, 14 to 30. If you don't know how to read, that's okay. I'm going to read it here for you. But if you do know how to read, you can go ahead and read along with me. You can also have an adult help you find this verse in the Bible so you can read along while I read. For it is as if a man going on a journey summoned his slaves and entrusted his property to them. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to each according to his ability. Then he went away. The one who had received the 5 talents went off at once and traded with them and made 5 more talents. In the same way, the one who had 2 talents made 2 more talents. But the one who had received 1 talent went off and dug a hole in the ground and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master of those slaves came and settled accounts with them. Then one who had received 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 more talents, saying, "Master, you handed over to me 5 talents. See, I have made 5 more talents." His master said to him, "Well done, good and trustworthy slave. You have been trustworthy in a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Enter into the joy of your master." And the one with the 2 talents also came forward, saying, "Master, you handed over to me 2 talents. See, I have made 2 more talents." His master said to him, "Well done, good and trustworthy slave. You have been trustworthy in a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Enter into the joy of your master." Then the one who had received the 1 talent also came forward, saying, "Master, I knew that you were a harsh man, reaping where you did not sow and gathering where you did not scatter seed. So I was afraid. I went and hid your talent in the ground. Here, you have what is yours." But his master replied, "You wicked and lazy slave. You knew, did you, that I reap where I do not sow and gather where I do not scatter? Then you ought to have invested my money with the bankers, and in my return I would have received what was my own with interest. So take the talent from him and give it to the one with 10 talents. For to all those who have, more will be given, and those who have in abundance. But those who have nothing, even what they have will be taken away. As for this slave, throw him into the outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth." Some of that story doesn't sound very nice, does it? That last master sounds really mean. Also, this reading talks about a master owning slaves, And I'm sure most of you know that slavery is really wrong. Sometimes the stories we read in the Bible sound really mean or harsh, sometimes even scary. But even those stories sometimes have things in them that we can still learn. Jesus is making up this story in the Bible because he wants to tell his followers about how they should act while Jesus is away. Jesus knows that he will be going away for a while and wants to make sure his followers know how best to follow God and love each other while he's gone. Do you remember the story a few weeks ago about the vineyard owner who went away and left his land to the tenants? In this story, the master is kind of like the vineyard owner. But instead of leaving his things with tenants, he leaves his things with the slaves to make sure that everything gets taken care of okay. In the story, 2 of them do a great job, but one of them doesn't do a very good job. Similarly, God has given you and me, your parents, your siblings, any other adults in your life, your friends, all of us, special talents and gifts that God wants us to take really good care of. Some of you might be really good drawers or dancers. Others of you might be great at Legos or super singers. But we have other special gifts or blessings, like our family, our friends, our homes, all of our toys and other nice things that you have, your food, your clothing. All of these are really big, important blessings from God. Jesus wants us to see all these things as gifts and wants us to take really good care of them. Jesus wants us to know that everything we have really belongs to God. Taking really good care of our talents, our gifts, and our blessing is one important way that we can love God, by loving the things that God has given us. Not just the things we have, but also the people that God has given us in our lives. What is something that you are really, really good at? How can you get better and better at it and use it in a way that you can celebrate God? Maybe you're a really good drawer and you can draw all the beautiful things in God's creation. Or maybe you're a super reader and you can read to one of your younger siblings or someone you know who doesn't know how to read yet. There are so many ways that you can use your talents to show God's love. What are some things that you have at home that are blessings and gifts from God? Maybe you have a lot of toys that you don't need anymore, and maybe you can give them away to someone who does need toys. Or maybe you have some clothes you don't need anymore. There's also some really great ways that you can take some food in your pantry and help support other people in the city of Boston that don't have access to food right now. You can also show God's love, especially to the people around you, by telling them you love them, by helping out your parents or your adults when they need help, and helping your siblings if they also need help too. All right, that's the end of our lesson today. So now we're gonna close up our lesson by blowing out the candle on our altar. Come on, let's blow out our candle together. That's everything for Sunday School today. I am so happy you came and joined me this week. And for those of you who come to in-person Sunday School, I'll see you on Sunday. And for those who don't, I'll see you next week. Bye!